Assalamu alaikum class 10 students. Assalamu alaikum class 10 students. Today our last topic of chapter number 13, which we will discuss. This is disorders of skeletal system. Okay. This is your disorders of skeletal system. Okay. I have told you many times before that this means not an order means functioning. It means not functioning. It means something which is not working properly in your body. Of skeletal system, I have told you skeletal system, which consists of your bones, muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Okay. So the following disorders of skeletal systems are important. So there are two disorders are discussed in your book. One is one is osteoporosis and second is arthritis. So first we will discuss about the osteoporosis. What is this? So what are the causes of osteoporosis? Osteoporosis is a bone disease in adults, especially in old people. It is more common in all old women. Okay, so this is a definition of osteoporosis. Okay, what is that? It is an introduction of osteoporosis. It is a bone disease in adults, especially in old people. It is more common in old women. So this is a definition of osteoporosis. It is a bone disease in adults, especially in old women. Assalamu alaikum class student. It is more common in old women. This is a definition of osteoporosis underlined in your book. In osteoporosis, there is a decrease in the density of bones due to loss of calcium and phosphorus. I have told you calcium and phosphorus. They both are very important for our bone. So if there is lack of calcium and phosphorus in the bones, it can decrease the density of the bones. It means the thickness of the bone. So it may be due to malnutrition, lack of protein, vitamin C. It's another cause is that if there is deficiency of proteins and vitamin C in the body. Okay, and other cause is lack of physical activities. If we are not doing physical activities and all time we are sitting and we are going to be obese, or deficiency of estrogen hormone in old age. Estrogen hormone, I have told you, it is produced in the ovaries. So due to overage in women, when estrogen hormone is decreased in the body in ovaries, so there is decreased secretion of growth hormones, and it also leads to decreased deposition of minerals in bone matrix. Okay, so these are the causes of osteoporosis. What are the causes? First cause is that due to lack of calcium and phosphorus, uh, bones become too dense. Okay, then malnutrition, lack of proteins and vitamin C, lack of physical activities, deficiency of estrogen hormone in women, decrease in the secretion of growth hormone in old age, and it also leads to be decreased deposition of minerals in both matrix. So these are the causes of osteoporosis. Now we will see the side box which is given in your book. Okay. It is one of the functions of estrogen to deposit minerals in bones. I have told you estrogen hormone, it is produced in the ovary of a woman. So by the overage, when its production is stopped in the ovary, so because of that, what is the function of estrogen? It deposits minerals in bones. We all of know our bones produce white and red blood cells and store minerals in them. So they get minerals. These minerals are produced by estrogen hormones. So when the reproductive cycle stops in females, not enough estrogen is secreted. So definitely by the overage, when this reproductive cycle is stopped in women, so because of that, estrogen hormone is not secreted, and because of that, it can lead a patient to osteoporosis. Okay, I hope you understand it. Now come to the next arthritis. This is another disorder of skeleton system, arthritis. Okay. So first we will discuss the meaning of arthritis. What is that? Arthritis means inflammation in joints. I have told you in the class if there is a disease and at the end of the day if it comes ITS, okay, it means it is an inflammation of any part of our body. So arthritis means inflammation in joints. Okay. So it is also very common in old age and in women. It is very common in old age and in women. It is characterized by pain and stiffness in joints. We all of know we have joints in our body. We have movable joints like elbow joints, like knee joints, like hands joints, and like feet joints. Okay, so it is characterized by, we can recognize by pain and stiffness in joints, particularly in the weight bearing joints. Weight bearing joints means your hip joint, ankle joint, etc. So, the treatment of arthritis includes painkiller and anti-inflammatory medicines. So, we can treat the patient with the help of uh, painkiller and anti-inflammatory. It means who stops the inflammation on relevant joint. So, anti-inflammatory medicine. There are many types of arthritis. Now, we will discuss the types of arthritis. For example, first is osteoarthritis. It is due to the degeneration in the cartilage present in joints or due to decreased lubricant production at joints. Osteoarthritis means due to degeneration in the cartilage. We all of know, we also discussed that bone has two important parts. One is called cartilage, and second, as our skeleton system consists of two important parts. One is bone and second is cartilage. And we also had discussed cartilage in the chapter, that it is a white glue, soft material which is present in our bones and joints. So when a cartilage present at joints or due to decreased lubricant, we all of know that some important fluids are produced at our joints which reduce the friction between the bone. So when these fluids are decreased in our bones. So because of lubricant production at joints. So because of that, what is happened? Our bones, the gap between our bones began to decrease, and because it can cause of severe pain in the joint. So in this arthritis, fusion of the bones at joint may occur. Fusion of joints, definitely decrease of lubricant fluids which reduce the friction between the bones. So because of fusion of the bone, because the gap between the bones become decreased. A joint may occur and joints may become totally immovable. We all of know our hip joint, our ankle joint, our knee joint, they are movable. But due to osteoarthritis, because the lubricant has been decreased, so there is a fusion of the bones. Means there is less gap produced between the bones. So because of that, the joints become immovable, they become stiff, and there is a severe pain, and ligaments and tendons which are attached to them, sometimes they are burst. So because of that, joint cannot move and patient suffer a severe pain. Next is the rheumatoid arthritis. It involves the inflammation of the membranes and joints. You all of know we have joints, and around our joints there is a uh, cell membranes. Okay, so when there is a inflammation on that membranes at joints, its symptoms include fatigue, low grade fever, pain, and stiffness in joints. These are the symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis. What are they? Fatigue. A person becomes tired and muscle pain. Okay, low grade fever and pain and stiffness in joints. Now, third is gout. It is characterized by the accumulation of uric acid crystals in movable joints. We all of know our body needs each and everything, but excess of everything for our body is bad. So if we are taking too much junk food, if we are taking too much sugary food, if we are taking too much spicy and fried food, because of that it can raise uric acid in our body. So if there is accumulation, okay, if it is settled uric acid in the form of crystals in our movable joints, like our ankle joint, like our hip joint, like our knee joint, like our hands and feet joints. So because of that, it generally attacks the toe joint, but mostly it attacks on our toe joints. Okay, so what is happened when this uric acid is accumulate in our uh, movable joints? So because of that, our joints become stiff, so they move not properly, or actually gout directly attacks on our toe joints. Now we have discussed two disorders of our skeletal system. First we have discussed osteoporosis, and second we have discussed arthritis. Further we have discussed that arthritis divided into three parts. First is called osteoarthritis, second is called rheumatoid arthritis, and the third is called gout. I hope you understand it. Okay, better. Now take out your exercise in your book. Now we will discuss the MCQs. So take out page number 66 of your book. Okay, I will discuss with you your MCQs from your exercise. So first question which is given in your exercise. Okay, that is multiple choice questions. So number one is find the ball and socket joint. So now look at the options. We also have discussed in the chapter that there are different types of joints. Okay, among them there is a ball and socket joints. Ball and socket joints comes to movable joints. Okay, type of movable joints. So options are given: joints on the finger bones, joint of neck and skull bones, joints at elbow, joint at pelvic girdle and leg bones. So the correct option is your B part, joint at pelvic girdle and leg bones. We can see at pelvic girdle means hip joint, it can move forward and backward, and our leg bone. So underline option D. Question number one, option D is the correct answer. Now question number two, all these are the parts of axial skeleton of humans except. Okay, we have discussed the components of human skeleton in the book. Okay, there are two types of skeleton types, components: axial and pedicular. So axial and pedicular are divided into different parts. So in this question they are asking ki all these are the parts of the axial skeleton of humans except. Okay, among these options, one option is not part of the exoskeleton, but the other three are the part of exoskeleton. So first is ribs, this is true. B, sternum, yes. And C, shoulder girdle, no. This is not comes in exoskeleton. And D, vertebra column, yes. So the correct option is option C. Okay, because shoulder girdle is not a part of exoskeleton, but ribs, sternum, and vertebra column. These three parts are the axial skeleton. So question number two, take the option C. Now question number three, the disorder in which there is an accumulation of uric acid in joints. We discuss in our lecture now before few minutes. The disorder in which there is an accumulation of uric acid, and you can also see the screen. It is written on your book. It is characterized by the accumulation of uric acid crystals in movable joints. So what is that? That is gout. Okay. So the options which are given in your question, they are option A is gout, option B is rheumatoid arthritis, option C osteoporosis, and option D osteoarthritis. So the correct answer is option A, gout. Now question number 4. What is correct about tendons? So we will read the statements. Tendons are flexible and they join muscles with bones. Tendons are flexible. This is wrong. We have discussed in the chapter that tendons are tough bands. Okay. So second option is that tendons are non-elastic and they join bones with bones. They are non-elastic, but they don't join bones to bone. Actually, they join muscles to bones. So this is also wrong. Now we will see option C. Tendons are non-elastic and they join muscle with bones. Yes, this is correct. We have discussed they are non-elastic or tough. Okay. So this thing we have discussed in the chapter. So option C is the correct answer. Tendons are non-elastic and they join muscles with bones. And the option D, this is a wrong option. Tendons are flexible. No, this is wrong. They are tough and they join muscles with muscle. This is also wrong because they join muscles with bone. So for question number 4, option C is correct. Question number 4, option C is correct. Come to question number 5. How many bones make our skull? How many bones? Okay, in this question they are not asking about the cranial bones. Okay, because we have discussed in the chapter that our skull is made by 22 bones. Among them there are 8 bones are called cranial bones because they join the skull, and the 14 are called facial bones. So concentrate on the question. They never ask about us, because here is option is given 14. So some students tick the 14 because 14 are facial bones. No, in this question they are asking how many bones make our skull. This MCQs is very important. It is repeat in your board exams in 2013, and then it is repeated in 2018. Okay, so how many bones make our skull? So what will be your correct answer? 22. And if they ask how many cranial bones make our skull, then your answer should be 8. Okay, I hope you understand it. Now come to question number 6. What are the main components of a bone? Okay, main components of a bone. Uh, this one we have discussed in the chapter components of a bone. Okay, so we will see the options. First is marrow, spongy bone and wax. This is wrong. Marrow, compact bone and wax. No. Option C, compact bones and marrow. No. Option D, compact bone, spongy bone and marrow. Yes, option D is correct. For question number 6, option C is correct. Now come to D part, question number 7. What do some bones produce? I discussed in a detail that our bones produce red blood cells, white blood cells, and store minerals. So you have to keep in your mind these 3 important things. Our bones produce red blood cells, white blood cells, and white blood cells and store mineral. So now we will see the options. First is mucus. No, this is wrong. B, hormones. This is wrong. Option C, oxygen. This is wrong. So the correct option is D, blood cells. Okay, so what is the correct answer? Option D is correct, blood cells. For question number 7, option D is correct. Come to question number 9. Find the incorrect statement. Okay, so no, come to question number 8. How would you define skeletal system? Okay, means you have to define its definition. How would you define skeletal system? Okay, now we will discuss the definitions. A, all the bones in body. Okay. Option B, all the muscles and tendons. Okay. Option C, all the body's organs, both soft and hard tissues. not correct. Okay, option D, all the bones in body and the tissue that connect them. Because we have, how would you define skeletal system? So correct option is option B, all the bones in body and the tissues that connect them. So mark for question number 8, option D is correct. Come to question number 9, find the incorrect statement. So among these options you have to find the incorrect statement. So option A is that bone is where most blood cells are made. Okay. Option B, bone serve as a storehouse for various minerals. Yes, we can say yeah, it store minerals. And option C, bone is a dry and non-living supporting structure. Yes, this is the option. This is incorrect option for bone. Bone is a dry and non-living supporting structure. And uh, option D, bone protects and supports the body and its organ. This is true. So three options are true. Bone is where most blood cells are made. Yes, this is true because our bones produce red blood cells in the blood. Okay, second one, bones serve as a storehouse for various minerals. Yes, because they store minerals in them. This is true. And option D, bones protect and supports the body and its organ. Yes, this option is also true. So we have to find incorrect option. So the incorrect option is option C. Bone is a dry and non-living supporting structure. This is incorrect. So for question number 9, option C is correct. For question number 9, pick option C. Now question number 10. The purpose of rib cage is to, we all of know where is rib cage. Rib cage is around the lungs. Our lungs are very soft and spongy, so they are protected by our ribs. And we have discussed that our ribs consist, we have 24 ribs, means 12 pair of ribs. Okay, now we will see the option. The purpose of the rib cage. Okay, what is the purpose of rib cage? So option A, protect the stomach. Wrong. Protect the spinal cord. Wrong. Protect the heart and lungs. This is true. And option D, provide an object to which the lungs can attach. No. So option A, option B, and option D are wrong. And for question number 10, option C is correct. What is that? Option C is correct. Okay, students, now I will discuss these MCQs again. So check, have you marked correct answer? Question number 1, find the ball and socket joint. For question number 1, option D is correct. Join at pelvic girdle and leg bones. For question number 2, all these are the parts of the axial skeleton of humans except. So for question number 2, option C, shoulder girdle is correct. For question number 3, the disorders in which there is an accumulation of uric acid in joints. So for this question, option A is correct, gout. Question number 4, what is correct about tendons? So for question number 4, option C is correct. Tendons are not elastic and they join muscles with bones. Question number 5, how many bones make our skull? So option B is correct, 22 bones. For question number 6, what are the main components of a bone? For this question number 6, option B is correct. Compact bone, spongy bone, and marrow. For question number 7, what do some bones produce? For question number 7, correct option is option D, blood cells. Question number 8, how would you define skeletal system? So for question number 8, option D is correct. All the bones in body and the tissues that connects them. Now question number 9, find the incorrect statement. For question number 9, your option C is correct. C is correct. Bone is a dry and non-living supporting structure. Because in these options you have to find the incorrect statement. Okay. Now come to question number 10. The purpose of rib cage is to. So option C is correct, protect the heart and the lungs. I hope you underline all the MCQs correctly. Okay, now we will discuss the short questions which are given in your exercise. So first I will tell you question number one. Differentiate between cartilage and bone. You also underline its definitions in your book. Okay, so I will discuss its definition again. Cartilage, you will make a column because in this question they are asking about the differentiation. I have told you when you have to attempt the differentiation, you have to make a column. Okay, so if this is a board pattern. So first we will write the definition of cartilage. Cartilage is the dense, clear, blue, white, flexible, and firm connective tissue. Okay, what is a cartilage? Cartilage is a dense, clear, blue, white, flexible, and firm connective tissue. So then we write the definition of bone. What is a bone? Bone is the hardest connective tissue. Bone is the hardest connective tissue. Okay. Turn to question number two. What is the role of skeleton in sport and movement? If you see the first page of your chapter in which we have discussed the role of skeleton, and we have discussed that our skeleton plays three important roles. It helps in movement, it support our skeletal system, and it gives protection to our organs. So in this question they are asking just two things. What is the role of skeleton in sport and movement? So you have to explain only 2 points. So we will discuss like this. We will make bullets. So first bullet is that in our body, skeleton works very closely with the muscular system to help to move. Okay. And then in second bullet we will write similarly vertebral column provides the main support to the body parts. So in this question you have to discuss just 2 points. Is it clear? You have to discuss 2 points. Now come to question number three. How would you differentiate between osteoporosis and arthritis, which we have discussed today? So this is also differentiation. So you will again make a column, osteoporosis and arthritis. So in osteoporosis, first points which you will write, it is given in your book. In osteoporosis, there is a decrease in the density of bones due to loss of calcium and phosphorus. And second point you will write, there is a disease secretion, decreased secretions of growth hormones, and it also leads to decrease in deposition of minerals in bone matrix. And on the other column you will write under the heading of arthritis, uh, first definition, arthritis means inflammation in joints. And the second point to make a bullet, it is characterized by pain and stiffness of joints. It is characterized by pain and stiffness of joints. So I'm telling you again and again, when you have to attempt the differentiation, you will give the heading of differentiation in the center of the paper. Then you will make a column with the marker, and you will give headings. For example, you are telling about osteoporosis and arthritis. So in first column, you will write osteoporosis. In the second column, you will write arthritis. Then in osteoporosis, you will make 2 points. You will show with bullets. First bullet, write the definition. Second bullet, write the cause. Then on the other column, under the heading of arthritis, first you will tell the meaning of arthritis. As second, you tell which type of disease is this. So this is the pattern of your board exam. Now question number four, label the biceps and triceps in the following diagrams and also mention their contracted or relaxed. If you keep in your mind, we also discussed these diagrams on page number 64. On page number 64, I also share with you. Okay, you can see this diagram. It is given in your book. Okay, so this is about to contraction and relaxation of bicep and tricep muscles. So this diagram is given in your book in short questions, question number 4. Okay, and they have mark question mark. So you will see this diagram. With the help of the diagram, you will label these parts in your book. Okay. Your long questions are left. There are 4 long questions which we will discuss in our next class because time is short. Now today we have finished our chapter till we have complete our chapter, and then we had discuss our MCQs and short questions from your exercise. Now your just long questions are left for chapter number 13. Inshallah, we will discuss in our next class. I hope you understand the chapter. This is short, easy, and very important chapter. So I hope you understand it. Now your lecture has been ended. If you have any issue, if you want to ask any question, you can raise your hand. You can ask the question. जी बेटे, any question? Harun, बेटे, you never turn on your camera. Do you want to ask any question? Is everything clear to you? Harun Naveed.
Yes, miss.
Is everything clear to you? Are you doing work on your register? Harun, have you done your work on register?
No, miss, अभी नहीं start किया.
Bete, have you submitted your register?